Okay, boys, this is the defensive line review against Westfield. Everyone played outstanding. Just to review, we were penetrating gaps again today. So our goal was to play on their side of the line of scrimmage and to win our matchups. And I think we did that very effectively. As a defense, we had several sacks, lots of tackles for losses. We were pressuring the quarterback. I really appreciate the effort. We went up to Westfield. It was a long drive. It was hot. Um, and you guys just played with a lot of courage, and it was outstanding. So we're just going to review four plays today, and then we're going to talk about defending the double team block because that's something I want to review at practice. So we're just going to go over some technique today. Okay, so we'll start with this run play. They're going to motion this running back out and hand it here, and our linebacker is going to come up and make the play. Okay, let's start with CJ. CJ is going to have a really good get off. He's going to punch this tackle, get extension, and then shed. There's the punch, there's the extension, there's the shed. Good job. Okay, that's perfect. Let's take a look at Gideon here. Gideon's just going to shoot this A gap, and he does it really well. Unfortunately, the guy's already by, but that is 100% your job, Gideon, and that's good work. You beat him. Okay, that's great. Let's take a look at Kainoa here. They must have really feared Kainoa because they're gonna send three guys to block the center, the guard, the tackle. One, two, three. Despite all that, Kainoa's doing. He's holding his line in the line of scrimmage. Okay, good job, Kainoa. All right, and Owen. This is why I'm so excited about this play. Owen sees this down block, so he correctly sets the edge, and he's looking for a pulling guard. Watch what Owen does here. He sees the down block, or I guess the guy ran through. What a weird play. Is he running a route? Okay. But he sees the down block here with this tackle. And so he's just going to come up and he sees the heel line and he's looking for a pulling guard. That's really good work, Owen. Okay. Way to take what you learned last week and apply it to this week. So this was a gain for, this was actually, yeah, a gain for 0. And it's because everyone on the line did their job. Okay, so great job there. Okay, let's go to a pass rush at 1742. Okay, so it looks like we have Mitt, Gideon, Kainoa, and I think that's Owen. Okay, so let's see, we're not blitzing. Okay, I am crediting this sack to the defensive line, even though it was one of our linebackers that came up. This is really good. So let's start up here with Owen. Okay, they elect not to block Owen. Not really sure why. Let's see. Do they have a running back that's going to come over and chip Owen? No, it's play action. So, Owen, great awareness, great recognition. You're unblocked. Okay. So you're just going to come up. This guy wants to look like, it looks to me like he wants to bootleg, and you just shut that down. Okay. Now it's just, we're chasing here. Okay. So that's really good, Kainoa, or Owen. Okay. Let's go to Kainoa. They're doing the triple block thing here again. Um, Not really sure what that's all about. They're tight end releases to go out into a route. I think that he's probably who they're looking for here. Is going to cut up here. Yeah. Okay, so Kainoa, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Three guys trying to block you. Just this is actually a decent job trying to hold your gap. So good job there. But what it does is Gideon is going to hit this A gap so hard, and this right guard's not going to know what hit him. Okay, so this is beautiful, Gideon. This is correct, Gideon and Owen. If they're going to send three guys to block Kainoa, you guys got to go in and get the quarterback, and that's exactly what you do. So Gideon shoots this A gap hard, like we talked about in practice, like he should. And look, this guy can't handle him. Okay. He is by him. And now he and Owen are just chasing. Okay. All right. Let's move over to our right end. I think this is Mitt. So Mitt's going to be engaged with this tackle. And this is really good pursuit. Okay. Really good pursuit. If Boston wouldn't have made that tackle, you would have. Okay. So great sack, boys. I love the effort. I think what I love most is um, it was a team sack. Okay. Kainoa took on the triple team. He did his best to hold his gap. Um, Owen recognized that he was unblocked, so he aggressively pursued the ball. Gideon had a single blocker, and he just beat him, plain and simple. And what I love here about Mitt is he stays with the play. He stays with the play, and then he forces um, the quarterback to run right into our linebacker. So outstanding team sack guys. Great job. Okay, let's go to 68. All right, it's kind of far away, hard to see. They're going to run that same play to the right. Okay, so let's start with Kainoa on this defensive end. Kainoa's job is to set the edge. He's going to come up. He sets the edge. Okay. And then he squeezes down and helps with the tackle. Good job, Kainoa. I think this is Gideon. Gideon is going to shoot this gap hard. To all of our defensive linemen, I want you to watch how Gideon shoots gaps in this film. This is how we should all be shooting gaps. Look how quickly he gets through here. Okay, he just beats him. Okay, now we're blitzing here. Okay, we're blitzing two Mike linebackers, and that's a great opportunity because these offensive linemen are in conflict. They have three offensive linemen to block two defensive tackles and two Mike linebackers, and Gideon just takes that opportunity. He shoots the gap, and look, he completely disrupts this play. He doesn't make the tackle, but he disrupts the play. Okay, we can't really see what's going on here on the backside. Let's just take a look, see if we can. Okay, we do a good job on the backside there, but what I want to focus on is this play side. Okay, Kainoa sets the edge and squeezes down. Gideon shoots the gap and disrupts the play. Okay, so good job, guys. That was really good. Okay, so did we go to? Oh yeah, 81-24. Okay, this is the last one. All right, we're actually going to get an interception, so let's watch the whole thing. We got CJ, Bo, Gideon, and Kainoa. Throws into coverage. Cruz makes a beautiful interception. Okay, great job. Okay, so here's what let's talk about this individually and this let's talk about this schematically. Why it's so important that we get a pass rush with only four guys. Okay? So let's talk about CJ here. CJ is going to come off in this 9 technique. Good get off. He beats his man. This is really good, CJ. I would like you I would like your get off to be just a tiny bit more aggressive here, but this is good. Okay. This is a really good move right here. It's good technique. You beat him and you got the hand up in the face. Okay. Great job. Okay. Let's take a look at Bo. Bo's going to get like double, triple teamed. He's going to come in here in this A gap and he's just going to get swallowed up by two or three guys. Okay. Good job, Bo. Because what that does is it leaves if you're taking up two guys, there's one, two, three, four, 5 men. That gives us single across the line. I think that is this Owen over here? No, this is Gideon. So Gideon's gonna have a one-on-one, okay, with this guard. Let's see what he does. Goes. This is really good, Gideon. Okay. Um, okay, so number one, I like your get off. Number two, I like your penetration. You actually beat him to the B gap, and it actually requires the tackle to step over and take you so that Kainoa has a free rush. Okay, good job. Okay, excellent work. Okay, let's take a look. Kainoa. Kainoa's in this five tech. He's going to come because Gideon's out here doing work. Kainoa has a free rush. The running back comes over. Kainoa shoves him 5 yards back and gets good pressure. Okay. The only thing I would say, Kainoa, is instead of shoving him back this way, next time, hit him as hard as you can into the quarterback. Maybe you can throw him into the quarterback or hit him into the quarterback as hard as you can. Okay. But the point here, guys, is we get good pressure. Okay. So when he goes to throw, all right, we have one, two, three guys within one or two steps of him. Okay. So he has to get rid of this ball. Why is that important? Because we are pressuring this quarterback with only four guys. So that leaves seven, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven in pass coverage. So that is why, okay, when he throws this ball, look, it's 1-on-3. We have three defensive backs here, okay, to their one. And why is that? It's because we can get pressure without having to blitz a linebacker. So this is why it's so important that on pass situations or when they come up into pass pro, okay, that we are just getting after it and we are getting pressure on the quarterback. So let's take a look around here. They have two receivers out here, two receivers out here. Okay, this wide receiver, there's three guys around him. Okay, let's bring it back. This wide receiver, he has two guys around him. Okay, this wide receiver out here, look, three guys around him. This wide receiver out here is covered by Shane. Okay, we have our defensive backs and linebackers have complete coverage, but it only works if our defensive line can get pressure on the quarterback. Okay, so outstanding job. This is what it's going to take to win in the playoffs, to win a championship. So remember, guys, we talked about this last week in practice. If it's third and long, if it's fourth and long, and this is a pass team, we know they're going to pass. So you guys just, in my day, we used to call it pinning our ears back. I don't know what that means. But you guys just get uber aggressive, uber violent, and you go get a sack because we know that they're probably going to run or probably going to throw. Okay. Um, and that's it. And same attitude too, guys. If anytime they stand up and pass pro and we say pass, just get aggressive, get your best move, and go for it. All right. Okay. I want to take like 3 minutes here to talk about defending the double team. Okay, we're going to work this at practice. Okay, so this is a play right here. You have a zero tech and a three tech, and this three tech's going to get double teamed by this guard and tackle. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to engage with his hands on this guard, and then he's going to engage his hip to this tackle. So we got hands, and then he gives him the hip. Okay, same thing here. Hands, gives him the hip. Okay. So this is what we're going to teach here this week. This is what we're going to work on this week. So that's what it looks like. Okay. So you're engaging one man with the hands, and the other man you're going to give him the hip. Okay. Hands, hip. All right. So we come out, we punch, we recognize the double team, All right. And then we start giving them the hip here. Okay. All right. Let's watch this. So what the temptation is, guys, is to try and fight both guys by getting our hands on both. No, you pick one guy, give him the hands. See, so we're punching to the chest, and this guy gets the hip. Okay, so watch again. Hands, hip. There it is. Okay, hands, hip, and then we come through. So it's right here. He's trying to get double team. You see how he's holding this gap? See how important it is, guys, for our defensive tackles, especially if we can hold our gap. Okay, right here. He splits the double team. This is actually a defensive end coming in. Okay, he comes up, hands only, splits the double team. Hands, hip. Okay, so this is called the corkscrew technique, and we're gonna go over that in practice this week. Um, I think it's something that we all need to learn. Here's another angle of it. Okay, so these two guys are trying to double block. He's giving this guy the hip, so he's driving his hip into the second guy, and he's engaging the first guy with his hands. Okay, so he's pressing, and you see how he's kind of shuffling here, and he's splitting them. And then once he splits them, he can release through. Okay, so this is the drill we're going to do this week. All right, and this is some of the stuff that we're going to do. This is the corkscrew technique again. It's where you drop your knee and you kind of corkscrew a little. What you're just trying to do, it doesn't matter if you don't have to use, so this is a drive technique right here. Okay, this is more of a drive technique where he's going to drive the hip. So he's doing everything. He's pushing through the chest and the shoulder of this man with his hands, and he's driving the hip here. I'm going to teach you that. That's called the hip drive. Okay, so it's called the hip drive, obviously, because his hip is driving into him. All right, or we can use the corkscrew. This is the corkscrew technique where you kind of drop your knee to the ground and you continue, or you just give them all your hip pressure right there. Okay, I'll teach you both. You guys can do whatever one you want. But the key is once you recognize that double team, you got to continue to drive the first guy with your hands, and then you got to give hip pressure to the second guy. Okay, and that's how you defeat a block. So here he's got extension, and then he gives him the hip. Okay, so this is more of a hip drive technique. He's not corkscrewing, he's just hip driving, and that's perfectly okay. Okay, so let's take a look here. You see how he gave him the hip? Right. So his hands are here, and he's going to give this man the hip. See that? And that allows him to come off. Okay. So that is what we are going to work on this week in practice. Okay. Defeating the double team. It's either going to be with the hip drive technique or the corkscrew technique. They're actually super similar. They're basically the same thing. Thank you so much, guys, for all your hard work. Thank you so much for your commitment. I'm super proud of you guys. We need to get better every single week. We have one more regular season game and then playoffs, and we need to play our best in playoffs. So let's play fast, let's play strong, let's play violent, and let's keep winning.